Hey, it's Legion 66, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day, morning, or evening, depending on wherever and whenever you're watching. Today we got a lot planned, but before we get started, I just want to ask you to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't affect you, but it sure helps me out. It helps me grow the channel, which helps me bring more videos to you. But more importantly, it lets me know that you're enjoying the videos. Finally, if at the end of the video you find you enjoyed it, please smash the like button and leave a comment. I will reply. Thanks in advance. It means a lot. You guys rock. Now let's get down to business. Hey, welcome back to our hardcore series. As some of you may recognize based on previous episodes, or I think I've only been here once, and that's when I started. But this is the starting village. So I thought since day 250 was coming up, and we're a quarter of the way to 1,000 on a hardcore series, I thought I should probably document this, do a nice little episode, just in case. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but just in case the worst happens. So we started. I think it was just down here, maybe just over here, and then we climbed up to get a better look. Found this village, which was so nice. It's so nice having tools at the start of the game. And then, I guess it was lucky we had this, but unfortunately, this is a taiga biome, and I'm pretty sure it's encompassed completely by snowy biomes. So we set out, basically we just picked a direction and set out. So let's grab my horse and let's head that way. So come a long way since the stone tools or the wooden tools. I'm not sure what tools we managed to get from here. Okay, good. We finally have. I do like this horse. As some of you may have seen, I guess I didn't actually show it because it was off camera, but I did end up losing a horse. He ended up falling, and then the next 2 horses or 3 horses I had weren't very quick. So it's nice having one that actually has speed. So once we came down from there, I think we spent the first day in just a gully or in a little ravine mining, getting some supplies, which was nice. So by the time we actually started our house, we actually had a whole bunch of tools and everything in iron. And of course, this being hardcore, I think we were already full iron, so that was nice. But when we were coming over here, we did see this little pillager outpost. We steered clear from it, as we will do again. Actually, I don't want to hurt myself. So as I mentioned, we've come a long way from just the iron or stone tools. Now we're all full iron, which is nice. So, okay. So yeah, I don't know if there's actually supposed to be that many pillagers around there, or if they're just not despawning. But I'm gonna leave that for another time. At some point, I do want to come back here and make a pillager farm. Just the amount of emeralds you get from that is insane, or the amount of other stuff as well, like enchanted books, especially with them nerfing or making it really difficult to make the AFK fish farm, or at least a very overpowered AFK fish farm. So we were coming over here and we were looking for some place with just a view. Number one, if you build on flat land, you need to light everything up. Whereas if you build like on a mountain, you just need to like light up the mountain top, and then I guess you have the height advantage. So this was the first location we came to. I really like this overhang, and I wanted to do something with it. I got up there and I actually saw someplace else I'd rather do. My next thought was I had wanted to build like a hanging house here, and I still want to build a hanging house. This just isn't large enough. This mountain here is too close. So when I actually climbed up to check it out, I think there's only like 15 blocks or 10 blocks, and that's not nearly enough. So I ended up giving that up. I still do have a plan with this mountain. Actually, I have at least one more plan. I did get into something which we will show later in the video. So once I was up there, I was looking out over this area, and I saw that there was just a moderate sized flower biome here. And I was like, okay, this is definitely the area I want to be. And there's a nice solo little mountain. I guess not so much a lonely mountain because there's one right there, but it was a solo mountain. in the middle of that area, just at the corner of the flower biome. So I really like the way that looked. Oops. So I decided to just build there. So I'm super happy with the way that I found that. We'll get to this later in the video, but it's just my little villager trading hall or trading encampment. Ended up wanting to set that up just because you get some really good items. Oops. You get some really good items, including the mending books from villagers. So at one point I did have the cow and sheep farm. The cow farm has since been improved and moved elsewhere, so at some point I'll just level this area off. And my poor sheep, just after I built a super efficient one over there, I had moved some sheep over, but there was still probably 15 or 20 sheep in here, and I guess a wolf just got in, and I didn't think that was possible. Like, I guess he just spawned in there, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I walked out one time and all of my sheep were gone, and there was just a guilty looking wolf in there who has since been moved elsewhere. Okay, so I had climbed up this mountain so I could start building the old fashioned way over there, but since then I've put in some bubble elevators. So let's just make use of that. Perfect. So you have a nice little view of everything up here. Let's start with the house though. So in my house, came together really well. I'm super happy for a starter house. Probably the nicest starter house I've ever had. I have added to it over time. I think at one point there were just torches up here. Those have been removed for the lanterns, just look a little nicer. The bedroom took forever to do. I guess we'll show you that in a second, but there was just a bed in there for the longest time. Please don't push me off the edge. So actually, let's go into the house and let's check some stuff out. So the first thing I wanted to build in here was the enchanting table, just to start enchanting my armor. So got that finished, have some smelters over here, have my brewing station, which was oh so helpful for the fight for the dragon. I think I was down to 1 heart or maybe half a heart at least twice during that fight. It was insane, and I I was so worried I was gonna die. But yeah, so the bedroom, once I actually took the time to make something of it, it came together really well. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. But seriously, when I first set this up, there was only the one bed. I was I was roughing it. There was nothing else here. But I've also never used paintings, but those have come in nicely. I do have a whole bunch of storage in here if I ever do want to store stuff in my bedroom. But so far nothing yet. I have a couple sets of armor from extra little minerals and diamonds and iron that I had lying around. Actually, I'm so happy I found so much gold because well, we'll show you when we get to the Nether. So I'm really happy with the way the room came up. And then I had my first storage room up here. That has since been moved or in the process of moving. I still have a bunch of materials in here. Yeah, I'll need to move. Actually, I'll take that just in case. So yeah, it's a work in art, work in progress rather. I do have a bunch of stuff here, but it's being moved over little by little off screen. So yeah, just a little bubble elevator. You go up super quick on those, just drop down super fast here. And I'm pretty sure the first thing I did was dig down here. Also, I have no idea what's wrong with this block. Oh, I lost both of them now. There used to be 2 fence gates there, and now there's not. I guess it's nice that it can just flow in there. So I came down here to, as all Minecrafters do, to get some diamonds, to get some iron, more gold, just to get a whole bunch of the stuff. And then later when I got the villagers, I came down here to get the stone and I think it's the granite I have the trade for, but it might be the andesite. But whichever it is, the mason, I just really enjoy that trade because you can be mining for diamonds, keep all of your stone block, and then you'll have those to trade. So when I was coming through here, I did find this abandoned mine shaft, which was really nice. The amount of materials I got from this was insane. I think I found at least 5 diamonds, so enough for the pickaxe and my sword. So I'm super happy with the way that turned out. And then yeah, just dig all the way straight there for, I guess except for that one. There you go. Yeah, so just keep digging until I decided I was bored with digging. So yeah, just ended up getting a whole bunch of resources, so super happy. And I think nighttime's coming up. So, oops, nighttime definitely is coming up. So let's go spend the night in my bedroom. And I'll see you guys in the daytime, okay? Oh, yeah. Also, I had never seen a wandering trader turn invisible. The first time I was so confused, and the sound still is a little weird to me. So I just really like that view for the sunset. Go to sleep, you can see the sunset out there. Wake up, and then the sky is nice and clear. Also, it beats having to fight the mobs. So okay, so oh, I don't think I've ever seen you come up my elevator. Ooh, gunpowder's nice, but I think actually that's the next in one of the projects I'm currently working on. It's not complete yet, so I won't show you. It's a gunpowder farm. It's going to be over there, or a little creeper farm. So the first thing I did, I think I set up the farms next. So I had a whole bunch of the sweet berry bushes, set those up, went out and planted the farms. I've since added bees' nests, just try to increase the efficacy. So I went out this way, and actually I think if you stand, you can see it. But there is a village over there. Or maybe I just need to crank up the rendering distance. But there's a village over there. So I went over there to make a village breeder, just for the sake of being able to put or to get that little village trading outpost I have there. So let's head down the track, and it took a little while to get this, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. But of course, having the rail car to the underground mine shaft down there was so helpful. I think I only had to make 32 rails. Like it was insane. We'll get to you in a second. But I had mentioned that my cow farm has been moved, and I guess we'll see it on the way. Maybe I'll show you guys after the after the little villager breeder. But yeah, so I had seen this design from someone on Reddit, and I just thought that was amazing. So we now have a cow farm in there. Um, took took a little while to get all the wool, even with our new super efficient wool farm over there. But I just love that so much. I think that's hilarious. Whoever came up with that idea, I will try to find it and link at least their Reddit in the comments below. But I just thought that was amazing. Okay, so then, boop. Okay, so I came over here. Actually, this is probably the building I'm most proud of for its function wise, but most embarrassed of for its appearance wise. I did put some like cobble fence on there just to satisfy my little embarrassment, but I actually need to come back and rework it a little later. So yeah, so you can actually see this village if you crank up the render distance from over there. So I came over here. Also, these villagers just keep getting stuck in here. I feel so bad for them. Please stop that. Where is the gate? Actually, never mind. I don't care. You guys can stay in there. Because the village mechanics changed, I'm not sure if it was 113 or 112 or whenever, but they no longer rely on doors, so it's a lot quieter. So you just throw a bunch of beds in a house and give them some food, and the villagers will keep breeding all the time. And it's nice because they breed as just no profession villagers. So all you have to do is throw them near a workstation and they'll pair to that workstation. So yeah, so I throw the carts in here when I'm really ready to push a villager out. Oops. Oh, come on, man. I guess I'll need to get it from the other side. But you just open the door, push out the cart, and then send them down the road to my village. So I don't need any more at the moment, but I think. Oh yeah, I guess I was trying to pair one just to make sure it worked. Oh yeah, I was having trouble with a cartographer. It wouldn't pair, so I came over here to actually practice it. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm so glad it's so effective. So it takes a little while. Also, I just have so many iron golems here now, and they just keep spawning as the villagers do. I think I might need to do something with them, try to transport some over there. Because even though the villagers aren't able to be hurt even during the night over there, I do have a lot of mobs just sitting around that area. So since we're here, and I don't want to be jumping back and forth all the time, let's go. Oops, no. Okay, please stop. Perfect. Okay, so actually, the reason I chose this area was because it was probably the area that I was able to find. I had originally wanted to throw it north of my base, like straight north of my base, but I ended up not finding any like nice level ground. So I threw this here, and I thought it might be nice. Might make me smile every time I came to the village breeder. So yeah, just have a whole bunch of cows here. I guess the last time I was in the area, I bred them up, so I still have a bunch of baby cows. Oh, I do need to drop a little chest of wheat in here. I guess I'll make a note of that so I don't forget it. So yeah, I guess let's move on slowly, I guess, and take a look at the actual villager trading commune. I'm sure there's like an actual name, but wherever I have all my villagers, let's go take a look at those guys, and then we can move on and check out some of. Actually, I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Originally, it was just two little houses. It was nothing special. I just really wanted to get that librarian with mending and a mason to trade when I went mining, and then because I noticed that two of them looked pretty good, it slowly grew into, well, all of them that you see there. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe I was so lucky to end up on top of or almost on top of the mine shaft, just because it was so helpful not having to mine everything out. Okay, so our first villagers, or I guess my first villager ever was this guy. I had to cycle through forever to get the mending book, but managed to get the mending book. And this cartographer has replaced my second ever villager. And the mason is currently about 15 blocks straight down, just sitting in a room that is his size, just so I can keep him, but he is without purpose because I have another mason here who's better. So the reason this had grown, partially because I wanted to have the ability to get tools and armor and everything and just unenchant them for basically free diamond, or I guess I needed the emeralds. But I get a lot of emeralds from all of these trades here. Yeah, like 20 stone for an emerald. I get like 5 stacks or 6 stacks of stone every time I go mining. Oh, so is diorite. Good. So can trade diorite. Although it looks better now. But yeah, so the other reason I had wanted to expand this was for the cartographer, because I heard or read that the only place you can get the globe banner pattern was from the cartographer, and I thought that was so cool. I've never been really good at making banners, but I really wanted that one, so I got that. I have an unbreaking villager here as well. Also, he's got, yeah, I guess I have unbreaking and mending, so I'm happy with these. And then I have every other villager here except for a cleric, but we'll get to where the cleric is a little bit later. Okay, so I think after that was done, I decided that this little mountain is going to become a mob farm, just like an AFK automatic drop, no pistons, no nothing, just something super easy for the mobs to fall. Currently hasn't taken place yet, maybe in the future, although I don't know if I need all their things right now, but this mountain is currently set up for a drop depot for all of the stuff I do end up getting. Okay, so I guess this used to be really crowded with trees, but this was my little forest, so if I ever needed wood supplies for any of the building. Okay, the next building we got to was the first AFK farm, and this was right as I learned that they had gotten rid of the AFK fish farm. So I made a nice little fishing hut over here. It looks really good. Super happy. Unfortunately, I had found out that this design for the AFK fish farm is no longer working. So I think I had almost been done building it, and then I read one of the comments on a video I had been watching, and I didn't cry, but I wasn't very happy. That I couldn't believe that they got rid of it. Okay, so I'd mentioned my first ever storage was up there in my house, but then I decided that my storage was getting a little crowded and it was harder to find blocks because my variety of blocks had increased. So I came up with my little storage area. And now this is based off someone else's design. I really like that Hobbit look. I changed a couple of the blocks, um, but mostly what I'm really proud of is coming up with this little outdoor area here. Probably not going to take the honey because I don't want to upset the bee. But I'm just super happy with the way this came out. It just looks really nice. So let's go and take a look at that, and I'll probably spend the night here because I don't think anything else. What day is it? Oh, tomorrow's day 250. Nice. So, I've started transferring blocks over here. I'm probably going to do woods in the front, and I'll do all of the wood alternatives, so the planks and slabs and everything over here. Started throwing the stones down here, my nether end blocks. I'm just super happy with the way this is coming along. I will, I guess, put some armor on here in the first place, but I will actually dig down in here and I'll put an enchanting room off to one side and then a brewing room off to the other. Obviously enchanting rooms are super important, but I didn't realize how important the brewing can be in this game. Like, it's just so helpful. Oh man, I couldn't believe it was that overpowered. Okay, so let's go to bed down here. And nice. Welcome to day 250. I have officially made it. Oh, it feels good to be able to be like, you know what? You made it 250 days on hardcore Minecraft. Oh my goodness. As all of the creepers are right there. Yeah, let's not jinx it. That would be really bad. No, please don't blow up. I spent so long just terraforming this area. Yeah, I should keep my bow right on me. Okay, let's get rid of these creepers. Oh no! Oh, of course. Yep. Oh, well, now I feel like a goof. Okay. Self-pity aside, let's get on to some of the farms that I've done. So we saw the AFK farm, and I think I think I actually discovered it when I was building this, but I was going over here, and every time I went over here, I just heard zombies all the time over here. So I built a little path down, which just led to a couple zombies getting stuck there, but I followed that little cavern and I came across a zombie spawner. So I made a little pixel art zombie that I'm pretty happy with. It's just concrete wool and concrete powder. and then I guess concrete for the black eyes. So I'm pretty happy with this. Made the little bubble elevator down as well, and then I was really happy with this. So I designed this after I had been down to the nether, and I really like the way this block looks. So have the little killing platform here. I will end up making a better storage system. For now, it's kind of not helpful. So we can just look in there. The zombies will start spawning, come towards me because they see me, and shoot up. And even the little zombies. So far, I've never had the problem. I was a little worried because technically a zombie could fit here because it's just plank or slab slab. But so far, I haven't had a zombie fall on me, so I'm happy with that. And then I have my two clerics here, which have been, with all of the trades I've done for just the leather and then trading emeralds for other stuff, they are both yeah, they're both masters now. Fortunately, I don't think I ever realized. Oh, okay, good. Never mind. I actually do have an ender pearl trade. So it does end up getting pretty loud down here. So I will get out of here before I lose my hearing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I probably need to add a whole bunch more details, but I'm happy with the way this came out so far. So, and then I got a nice little chandelier up there, just because I was enjoying using all of the different woods from the nether. Okay, so, and then I think, I don't think I had built that yet, but before I built it, I had gone over here because I got silk touch on a pickaxe, and I really wanted to start getting the beehives because at that point I was still pretty reliant on the crops, and especially for trading with the villagers. But I was pretty reliant on the bread, so I wanted to try to make the wheat a little quicker to grow. So I came over here to get a couple of the beehives with my silk touch pickaxe, and I fell down a hole. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't. I guess it wasn't too dangerous, but it was just so embarrassing. I think I was trying to like mine something from there, and I just walked off and fell down this hole. And I guess as all great stories, when I fell down the hole, I walked for a little bit, and I came across the skeleton farm. So this was actually the first farm. I need to come up with a better idea because that's not a very good. Like, it's efficient. I guess it's effective. I'm within range there, but it's not very aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, just come here, and these skeletons, actually they don't need to spawn on me or to take a look. But if they ever have trouble, then I just crouch and then they run down this path. And then skeletons. So obviously I've been using this one more, so I end up having a whole bunch of bones. So I'm super happy with that. So this path, we won't go down there because it's not complete, but that's the path off to the soon-to-be creeper farm. And as soon as I get around to it, I'm gonna make like an automatic storage system over here for the bones, just so they can drop down. Can stop running around collecting them all. But since I'm super rich in bones, let's not worry about that. Okay, and I guess one of the capabilities I do have is to make a door with pistons. However, I do need to get a bunch more slime before I can make this sticky piston, so I can actually move these around. But I'm super happy with the way this little super basic guy turned out. Okay, and probably well before we actually came up with that, I had made it down to the nether. So let's go check out the nether. I've had a couple of projects. Most of them I've done on camera there, including getting all this netherite, which takes forever. But there are a couple that I haven't done on camera, so I guess this will be the first time they get shown. Some of them are a little dangerous to get to. Also, gas, well, not particularly dangerous. Like, it's easy enough to avoid the fireballs. On hardcore, they just blow everything up. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I was also super happy with this. It turned out so nicely. I dropped the nether portal pretty far away from my base just because I didn't want like zombie pigmen hanging out all the time. So dropped it off over here, but it just came together really well. I think when I built it, there were no decorations or anything, and I've since come up with a really cool fire design. I do really like the fire for the on the soul sand. The blue fire is such a cool effect, and I like how it looks. So let's go into the nether portal. Okay, so the first reason, the most important reason as to why I came in here, oh, I really need to put stairs there. But the most important reason I came in here was to find a nether fortress. And there's actually one just over there. But while not my biggest goal, the most important thing to do in the nether now is to mine to the bottom and look for netherite. So I had tried going that way, but there's just a huge basalt plains or basalt whatever over that way, whereas this way it's only just a short little thing. So I ended up going that way just so I could go like straight, but I was mining and you just can't auto mine it unlike the netherrack. So I wanted to take you guys on like a complete tour of that, but I thought even a time lapse, I would probably be showing you for probably 20 or 30 minutes just how deep it is or how far along we've gone. So I won't do that though. But I did find a whole bunch of of the netherite. So the ancient debris, which you can manufacture into the netherite ore, and then you can upgrade your diamond tools. So all my tools, or all my weapons, tools, and armor are now netherite, which is nice. A little stronger than the diamond counterparts, and if I accidentally throw one in the lava, they don't despawn. Of course, this being hardcore Minecraft, it doesn't matter. Like if I fall into the lava and I die, the map's over, the game's done. But if I accidentally throw something away, which I have done more than once before. Ooh, also, I need my golden helmet. Yeah, I've accidentally thrown tools away when I was looking at them, and that's obviously not what I want to ever do. So I don't know my enchanted golden helmet is. But you put on the golden helmet, and the piglins, so the new mod, they don't attack you. And they'll even trade with you, which is cool. Okay, so came over here, was exploring the netherite, and I found... Actually, this might take a little while to get to, so I'll just time-lapse this, and I will see you guys as soon as I get there, okay? Okay, and I'm back. So it wasn't too hard to get here, but just a little bit longer, and didn't want to bore you with just that walk. So my first house, or my first build in here, other than that small little cobble thing, was just made of the new blocks. So it took a little while to get all of the wood. I think I had to go that way for a while, and I found one of them, but I couldn't find the other. So then I went way that way, and I found both of them. So yeah, like I'm really happy with the way this guy looks. It's just so nice. So I haven't filled it out yet. I have a small little garden out front, but need to do some stuff on the inside so it's a little better. Ooh, also, I cheated. Didn't have those two glass panes. So, but I guess as for now, it's just a nice place to stop and take a break, relax, and it came together really nicely. So I'm super happy with that. Actually, let's take a little screenshot. Cool. Thank you very much. Oh, that was necessary. First one was better anyways. No! Stop it! Ah, no! Ah, every time I come over here, I end up having to replace blocks. You guys are the worst. Okay, let's just not fall down. Okay, let's not stand up here. I don't know how this is. Oh, I've never had this trouble crossing this path. Yeah. Man. Hey. Yeah, I called it. I knew these guys. There you go. I knew these guys were going to be brutal. Okay, so when I came over here, I had seen the. Sorry. I had seen the basalt little. I don't know what they're called. But the hanging basalt, those little towers of basalt that go all the way down. So I had seen them and I wanted to do something with it. So I had come over here until I found like an open area with them. So I could do some hanging basalt houses. Ah. Okay, please don't fall. Also, the striders? Ah, I haven't done that yet, but I really want to get one of those striders. So I have some of these houses. Actually, I've never seen them this way while they're both completed. I think I just completed that one the other day. That actually looks really happy, or really good. I'm happy with that. And 5. There you go. So I have a couple little houses down here. And no! I don't know where you are. Ah. So originally I just had a path and I would have to do like some crazy parkour to get up there. Actually, I think it was this way first. Crazy parkour to go around. And then I was like, it's probably just quicker to go straight that way. So I ended up building that. I don't even think I had this much trouble with the gas when I was building over this stupid lava. But yeah. So, of course you put a hole in it. And I don't have any blocks here. In case I ever do catch on fire, I do have a couple of these cauldrons around here, so I'm able to douse myself off. So far, or until now, it hasn't been a problem. Do have a couple chests. Wasn't entirely sure what to do for the design, but I think it came together pretty well. And then the farther one, which I really like the roof on this one, much more than I like the other one, and I might have to replace it. And just have a whole bunch of these other guys. So wasted a couple diamonds just to put in the design here, and I'll need to come up with some other design for the floor, some other blocks. But I do like the little golden armor stands around here. That is kind of enjoyable. Okay, it's not. I guess at least it's not on the bottom floor. And I think I was gonna throw one more of those hanging things just over here. So I did do the work to level this off, and I scaffolded up to bring the basalt down. It was a super small, and I don't think I've actually seen a basalt stack that was that narrow before. But I guess let's go back. I'll just do this off screen. I can't imagine it's fun running back over there, and I don't want to go through the stress of filming while they're shooting me as I'm going across a bridge. So I'll see you guys once I get back up to the overworld. Okay, hey, I'm back. I'm glad I didn't do that. It took a little longer, and I stopped trying to kill some wither skeletons. I've gotten pretty far and I've done a lot, but I still don't have a single wither skull. So that makes it a little harder to fully. Well, I really want a beacon because I want to make a slime farm, and can't have a beacon without the wither fight. And although to be fair, I kind of don't want to have to fight the wither. Just I had so much trouble with the dragon, I can't imagine the wither is going to be much easier. But as you guys can see, I do have the elytra in my hand. So our next location, thought it might be nice. Also, I've never actually used the elytra in this map. I wanted to do it on camera, and I just kept putting it off because I was a little scared about falling or the elytra glitching or something. Also, I did find my golden helmet I wanted. So it has the protection, unbreaking 3, and mending. Just super helpful. And I also found these treasures. These are my favorite treasures from the end so far. So I ended up finding one of the bastillions. I've been to a couple of them so far. Got soul speed on my boots, so I can just walk faster on soul sand. Found a lodestone. Probably put that in the end, just to help me get back to an end island. And I found these two things. I'm so happy. So like the banner you get from the cartographer, I think this pattern can only be found in a bastillion, so the little piglin fortress. And I found that. So my first CD, I don't even actually that's not true. I totally found whatever the cat or the sea whatever it is, but I found those boring ones in a little spawner room. So I guess it's fine, but I probably didn't keep them. But I do end up wanting to collect all of them. So I have this one, and I was super happy for that. I've never actually listened to it yet, but I guess we'll listen to it later. Okay, so I did use, also these rockets are so much more expensive to make if you don't have the gunpowder farm ready yet. Okay, so I'm not nervous at all. Nice. Okay, I was a little nervous. But yeah, so the next stop will be the portal to the end. So I had thrown it and then I had to come out this way, which was actually cool because I don't actually, I think I had actually come this way to visit to find an ocean biome. I had headed off in this direction. There should be a village right there. Perfect. So I probably actually went right by it trying to find the ocean. Okay, good. On the right track. The ocean and the jungle for that matter. So there's another village, and I think it's just right up here. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's right under this mountain, so I had to go down there, but... Ooh, also, I don't think I've ever seen this mountain. That one looks pretty good. Oh, that's awesome. I might have to do something on there. So, that was not perfect. When I got to the dragon, or when I got to after I killed the dragon, I wanted to celebrate by building something. So I ended up building a giant dragon head memorial. This is another design. Oh no! Okay. Well, that was embarrassing. Next time, deploy elytra. Okay, I can't believe I did that. Well, that wasn't embarrassing at all. Okay, so, oh, so I thought there was enough lighting in there, but apparently not. Oh, I guess all of that is spawnable. Okay, so, yeah, this design's been around for a while. Ended up changing a little bit. Just used some different blocks. I enjoy. I think the ones I'd seen mostly used like obsidian, but I used wool and concrete. I think it just looks more like the dragon. Plus, I don't want to throw obsidian everywhere. It's just a lot harder to mine than the wool. Okay, so I guess the last stop, or the second last stop, is going to be the newest project I've started on camera. And actually, I think I'm just recording that episode, so it's just over this way a little bit. I probably will need to nap because I don't want to be up at night, and I'm not entirely sure where it is. I only travel there through the nether anymore. So if you guys give me a second, I'll travel over there off screen, and I will see you as soon as I get back to my little island, okay? See you guys in a sec. Okay, welcome back. And I'm back on my island. I made it safely. This definitely wasn't as far to the west. as far to the east as I thought it was. Yeah, as far as to the east as I thought it was. Pretty much straight south of my dragon spawner. So didn't realize that. Should probably have those nether portals on the same Y in the nether, otherwise I definitely would have realized that. So that's on me. So, oops, let's see. So when I first came over here, I had mainly wanted to find the warm ocean biome just so I could start some building over here and start like an underwater neighborhood. I did like this. This island was just really cool, so I'll probably build a house here in the next couple episodes. Probably when I'm building the underwater neighborhood over there. Has a couple of shipwrecks around. Like I really like that one because it's partially above water. I think there's another one fully submerged over there. But actually the last episode I did in the hardcore and the build I'm the most proud of right now is this little bad boy under the water. Also, this conduit is so cool. Oh man, if I get, well, not from you, but I would really like a trident. Really, really. So, I wanted to start an underwater neighborhood, and my first building in the neighborhood is a giant pineapple. So I always wanted to know who lived in the pineapple under the sea. And oh man, it just looks so amazing. Every time I see it, I'm just so happy. And like, I think it's a pretty good representation or pretty good imitation of the show. Yeah, I'm most happy with that. I obviously I'm a little biased, but I have nothing to complain about there. And I do need to find a way to get that door to open though. I did have some trouble. Had tried to use like a button, the button popped off. Tried to use a lever, the lever popped off. Trapdoors work, but they cause the weird little water artifact. So there's like a little water thing in front there. What I am currently thinking of is maybe I'll just put like a door on the back here, which like a little birch door that you can just open, which isn't like, I don't know, doesn't break the idea, but I'm happy with that. And I just hid the little conduit up here. So I didn't have to build like although maybe I will build a cool house for it. But I thought that was kind of neat. Just kind of hide it up there. Okay, so that's done. And let's head back to my base. I can't believe this has taken so long. Like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like a 50-minute episode. But in order to save a little bit of time, we'll travel back through the nether and I'll see you for the last project, which we did off screen, but it just looks so cool. And I could use your guys' help coming up with a name. So see you guys back there. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you tonight or today is the thing that I'm super happy with. This was another idea that I had seen. Pretty sure I saw this a while ago. Someone had posted an idea for this on Reddit, and I've always wanted to do this, and it wasn't until I started building the mob farms and I realized they're all pretty close that I probably could get away with this here, and I like the idea. But I decided to build a cool little Mount Rushmore of mobs. So I don't know if this is going to be Mount Mobmore or Mount Creepmore, or what it's going to be, but I think it came together really well. So I have the zombie spawner, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to build a path down from each of these. So the creeper spawner is currently right under this field here. The slime farm, I think I found a slime chunk that was right over there. The skeleton spawner is right there. And the zombie spawner is, well, the zombie spawner is a little farther away. It's just past my house over there, but not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down, have a little waiting area or a little, I don't know, ante-chamber, and then I'm going to have paths from that leading to all of the different spawners. And I think it just looks so cool, especially the creepers. So I did some cool texturing with like andesite and cobble. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm so happy. I'll take a little picture of that. And okay, I'll take two little pictures with that. So that's probably it for today. I think that's everything we've accomplished. I do have some stuff that are currently under, okay, it's just a horse. Currently under work. Currently working on like the creeper farm. That's not done yet. Other than having the jungle cat, actually, I think the cats are already underground, or the ocelots are already underground. But other than bringing the ocelots over here, I don't think I've done anything on that project. And then I guess with that, we're probably done for the episode. Sorry, guys, it took so long today. I just had a lot to show you. I actually didn't realize I've done so much in these 250 days. But thank you all for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. If you did like it, please leave a like and subscribe. And you can sort of see the outline at sunset. Yeah, definitely. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing doesn't affect you, but it sure helps me out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys have any suggestions about things for me to do next or things to add, other than I really need to light this up. I really, really do. But I think the next biggest project is going to be finishing the farm there. I want to do a little paper farm over here, and I want to start building a little village in the end. Also, I need to add a couple more buildings to my little SpongeBob little underwater village. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Okay, take care.